Everybody, Capt Ron here, and First Officer Dieter Staudinger. We're back again with Fearless Flight Live this week, and we're excited about I think we're always excited of sorts, but we're excited about the 301. We've been promising. You've been asking, so you better show up. I don't often say better, should. Those are not my favorite words, but we want some people out there because this is the best thing. So we're gonna get right into it and talk about the 301 tonight. Dieter's put a lot of effort into his the under the back door, the back office we call it, so that you guys could sign up efficiently and without delay there. So let me go ahead and let me start the presentation and get over here and share my screen as soon as I find out where you all went. Let's go. Let's hide the grill. Okay, here we go. So welcome to everybody to the Fearless Flight Live, our weekly show for anybody who has a fear of flying, if you know somebody who has a fear of flying, or if you just like to keep up with what's going on in the aviation industry. First thing, Birds of a Feather group, if you're not a member, please sign up. We're up over, we got to be close to 1,500 now, and Dieter and I interact with the group out there. We get some ideas about what we need to talk about each week from that, and we pick some of our guests from that, and I've had personal contact and end up coaching people and helping them. And as a matter of fact, we got a couple of people that had some victories today or this week. Tracy Sokolo has come from back from Spain. I've been talking to Tracy via texting stuff. You know, I am open to texting people if you take the time and have questions and all that. And Dieter had another one he just pulled out. Who was it, Dieter? Kimberly. It turns out Kimberly. If you're up here, I was right down the street from you here. I'm in Pacific Grove, and you were in Monterey. Apparently, I could have come out and been your departing Bon Voyage group here. But anyway, so we just want to say way to go for both you and Tracy. Major accomplishments, and you got to be stoked about the self-confidence that it gives you to fly and everything. All right. Tonight, we're talking about the 301. We're going to give mention to scheduling a 15-minute coaching session. We're always taking your questions. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, please leave a question. If we don't get to it tonight, we'll take it, maybe write you back personally, or maybe put it in if it's something that everybody would benefit from. We'll cover it next week in the next week's class. We're going to talk about the 201. We'll mention that Fearless Flyer Club, FFC, and the VIP coaching. I have more and more people wanting to know, how can I fly with Capt Ron? And I'll give you a highlights that. But the main thing we're going to get into is the 301. We want to go through the mechanics, and we made some changes. The really big news is Air Hollywood is back. So when we do class in the LA area, we will have access again on October 20th to the mock-up in the Air Hollywood studio. They moved just to the north of where they used to be in Pacoima, up to Valencia/Santa Clarita. I'm not sure what town they use. I see both of them on the street signs up there. But anyway, and that's going to be Burbank. We're going to fly to Burbank, and then we're going to take anybody who's in the LA area who wants to go from Burbank to Sacramento on October 21st and back. And then next week, the following week, we're going to do Phoenix to Burbank on October 28th. It's fun. This is probably the least productive, the most hassle, but the most fun for us to do is to fly with real live people. And there you see the slides again. So some general questions. I was talking to Sandra yesterday on a 15-minute coaching call, and she asked me some questions that I realized I overlooked from time to time. Yes, it's a regularly scheduled flight on Southwest. Now, before you get all excited about that or nervous about that, typically when you go to fly, you're all nervous because you think everybody's looking at you and they're thinking what a weirdo you are. When we go in our own little group, we have regular passengers, but we don't care because we're people who get it. We sit together. The first thing you notice is you're going to connect with people that you've met before online. We're going to sit together in the airplane. You can ask questions, you get support, and sometimes we even fall asleep. I'm sorry that Captain Eric wasn't here to pick up on my humor there, but we usually get a picture of Eric sleeping on the way back. But we do have regular folks that end up sleeping on the way back as well. So did the streaming sharing stop, Dieter?
Yeah, the sharing just stopped.
Okay.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Should be back. Should be back.
So
okay.
now we're back. Yeah, now we're
Okay.
back.
So it's us and Southwest and the regular passengers, but we kind of dominate the thing, and we get a lot of really positive attention from the crew and the flight attendants, depending on how outrageous they are, and sometimes they get pretty outrageous, and they really have some fun with us. I've had flights where they came to me and they said, "Hey, would you mind if we asked some of the people in your group to if they want to help us serve snacks and stuff?" And everybody to a person participated. It was one of the most fun flights we ever had. So it's the ultimate class for overcoming your fear of flying. You know, Tom Roush, I got a quote from him at the end: "You got to get on the plane sooner or later." And people ask me all the time, "What's the best way to get over your fear of flying?" I say, buy a ticket, because that's how you're going to get over your fear of flying. Here's a couple of quotes. Patty Oliver. Patty was back as a guest, I think about 2 or 3 months ago. Just a wonderful human being, and she had flown like so many of you, and then it became prohibitive for her to fly again. And she went through the class, went on the flight, and she's been flying ever since. And then Stephanie Reynolds, turbulence was her nemesis, which it is for many of you. And so she's another one there, and she used the FearlessFlight kit, which is also one of the effective things that people do. And she's been flying ever since. And these are long-term flyers now. They've been doing it for a while. The course breakdown, the 301 is a course. So, regardless if you take the 201, which we highly recommend, when you get to the 301, it has its own objectives and whatnot. You're going to understand your fear. You're going to break the anxiety loop. We're going to give you techniques and hints to do that. Really practical, the ones that just a couple of them, so you can, if you actually fly with us, so you do that. And something new we're adding a live stream for people who can't make it to Air Hollywood. So and we're making it available to anybody out there who wants to join the live stream too. So you get the energy of the people that are going to fly with us that day. Even if you are in East Jesus, Nebraska, and you can't, or I should say Overshoe Snowshoe, or someplace that Eric always talks about. But if you can't get to LA, we'll live stream that, and we'll probably continue to do that for all the flights as well. You got peer support. Like I said, it's a big part of the trip is to be there with other people. It's certainly hands-on experience. The pre-flight that we talked about, we're going to live stream it now. We're going to be, for those who can make it, we're going to be up in the Air Hollywood studios in Burbank with a mock-up of a wide-body airplane. That means one with 2 aisles, and it's just a lot of fun to be on the airplane. It seems real, and it helps people really, really a lot with their claustrophobic tendencies. You're going to gain confidence, which is what you ultimately need to make this to get back into the air. And we have a group photo celebrations and memories to make. Many people, we used to do this with the 201 live, but it was never in the depth of information that we can provide now online. So we have people who have done both the 201 and the 301, and they highly endorse taking the 201. If you take the 201, you get a $200 discount on the 301. And yeah, it costs you more money for the 201, but the 201 is information that you'll use in perpetuity. And this is what it's about. Overcoming your fear of flying is a process. You're not going to do it in one trip. We do have some people that have breakthroughs and whatnot, but for the average person, it's over and over and over. Slow but steady does the trick. And you have to do it repeatedly through exposure therapy to internalize the things that you take for granted in other parts of your life. You're going to get personal attention from me and coaches that we have with us, depending on the number of people out there. And the camaraderie with the people that will be on the flight with you is just, you can't describe it. It's just really empowering, and it's something that people take with them. And here's one of my favorites, Tom Roush. Tom flew. Oh my God, it's been probably 20 years now since Tom went through the program, and he came back. He actually flew with us 5 times. He used to come to the free classes every month, and he was funny because he said, one day I realized that you got to get on, sooner or later you got to get on the damn plane, and it's so true. You do have to fly. That's the only way you're going to get over it. So here is the link that's live. I believe it'll be in the show notes as well. And this is if you want to join the live stream. All right. So the live stream will be available at $97 to do that. There will be a replay of that as well. And you'll get, like I said, the best part, you'll get the energy. You'll see us in the mock-up over there, and it'll be almost like being there, or at least as close as we can make it for you. If you go, when you get the link and you go over to investigate the 301, you're going to see a FAQ page. It's going to look something like that. And these are some of the FAQ questions there. What means, how do I know that I'm qualified, or what makes me think that I'm qualified? We talk about, will it trigger my claustrophobia? Not only probably, but hopefully, because you're going to be with us. I joke, but we, in some sense, we hope that we'll have turbulence a little bit, because you want to have those things happen when you got the support of the group and me and my team there with you. That's the best. Refund, cancellation, all those things you can find on the website. So go over there, and here's the tuition, $497, and there are discounts available. You have to go through there, but you're going to get the pre-flight briefing, the in-flight support, post-flight debrief, and the certificate of graduation. And I stole that sign from somebody who. Just do it. That's the best thing you can do. Here's a day coming back from Sacramento, actually, with a group. This was during the pandemic, obviously, or right at the end of the pandemic, when we were still required to get masks there. And this was a quote from somebody. Ron, what a great day! I had a terrible 2 weeks with news about my mom. This was a fellow who was suffering. I had a group of people flying together, and all the support that we had. He claims that I'm the grandmaster. I think that's a positive thing. I can't tell you how inspirational it was for me. Thank you. I totally see why flying with you and the group is addictive, and it really is. It's an experience you will not believe. Okay, just a quick reminder: if you haven't signed up for a free 15-minute coaching session, why not? Come on, man. It's free. And, you see all this stuff about flying, going to your dream destinations and all that, but that's for them, right? That's not you. You're sitting there, your palms are sweating, just thinking about going on the keyboard. I have people tell me a 15-minute coaching call makes them sweat. Just the idea that they might be getting near an airplane makes them nervous. That's what it's like for people. So come on, start the process. Just a reminder here, if you have any questions, and I check in with Dieter right here if we have any so far. Otherwise, we'll keep streaming through and getting through it.
I think you can just keep rolling here, Ron.
Say again?
I think you can just keep rolling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap that up after.
Okay. So, and of course, we got the 201 monthly group coaching webinar this Thursday, how to deal with flight phobia, flight anxiety. Got a custom guided visualization again, and we do one-on-one coaching. This is for people in the 201 course, or people who are members of our Fearful Flyer Club. That's easy for me to say. All right, and you can click on the link there and get information on that. What have you got to lose? You can attend one or monthly if you want. It's cheaper if you do it monthly. You can quit anytime. We have people come in and come out. It's just a nice way to compliment yourself. Even if you're not doing anything else in your fear of flying, you're going to feel at home with the people that are there. They're working on real life issues with fear of flying. So come and join us. Okay, and here's just a quick statement for the 201 online course. We totally recommend that people take that. It's a complete training, and you really need to do that. You really need to have a sound foundation. When you do better, when you know more, you do better. And that's what overcoming this is fine. I've had people tell me, I know all about flying. I know how safe it is, all that. Oh yeah, really? Then why aren't you flying? And they said, well, it's my claustrophobia. Believe it or not, if you need to know why, that you're not going to have to get off that airplane at 35,000 feet. And that's what the 201 course will do. It's on demand through our new app, the Zenler app. We have monthly live coaching webinars. So you get the first 2 of those free or included. It introduces you to the whole sense of community there, especially if you haven't joined the Birds of a Feather, and there's just gobs and gobs and gobs of content that you need. This is just a little bit of an ad for our Fearless Flyer Club and our app. You really, 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 really need to take a look and get the app, just to get everything that we have in store for that. Oh, I guess I took it off my phone. Okay, we're on a different page. But anyway, let me take a breath in here. And okay, and this is what the app looks like. So you can see right there, this screen here shows that they've got the 201, and reading down there, my eyes are not good enough to read the rest of them there, but they got the Fearless Flight Kit, the PMP 101, just all of our content's available. I wanted to make a quick word tonight. I have more and more people as we extend our reach out to other people in the world, and people want to know, how can I fly with you? And it used to be super expensive. It's still expensive. I kid you not. It's the most stressful thing I do, to get it all together and get out and get back and all that. But it's also very rewarding. And I warn you, if you do it, you're stuck with me for life, because I'm going to be around. You're always going to have access to me. But we've made it simplified. So if you go into the coaching area, if you click on that coaching link, you'll see these are the 3 levels that people can participate in the Fearless Flyer Club: economy, premium economy, first class, and lifetime VIP. If you take the VIP, I've restructured the VIP coaching so that now everybody starts with the VIP program, and that means you have everything listed on there, which is virtually everything that we have, not counting, tuition and the actual private tuition of flying with me. But everybody gets that joins, that wants to do VIP coaching. And then the private tuition, that's negotiable. It's I brought the price on. The main thing for me is, can I do it all in a day? If I go back east, it usually takes me 2 days, because I can't get there, do the flight out and back, and get back home to Phoenix that night. So I have to adjust for that. And then the airfare, we prefer Southwest, but if you've got points, I fly with people who have points, and so they purchase the tickets with their credits, or flight credits. It just so happens Southwest seems to have more places where we can better choices, and they have the cheapest fares. And if you want to do this, I'll warn you, when the first coaching session we have, we're going to set a flight within 30 days. So that's the longest. That's the good news. I have people say, well, don't you think we ought to slow down a little bit? No, we it's not about slowing down. It's about being on purpose, and we'll do that. So, all right. That's the quick and the dirty of what we had to offer you tonight, and want to talk about. And go ahead.
There is one question, and that is, I want Claudia says, I want to take the class, but what if I don't fly on Saturday?
Okay.
What if I can't fly? So do you want to?
And that's in the frequently asked questions here. If you don't fly, you can come back, and we do the same thing that Southwest does. Southwest will not give you your money back, okay, unless you buy a full fare ticket. That's different. So, last week we talked about purchasing a ticket, and Southwest has 3 fare structures. One is the cheapest way to go. The cheapest one means that only you can buy and fly on that ticket. The good news is, if you fly, and that will be part of the course. I always tell people, if you come to the airport and for whatever reason you decide it's not your day, it's a different twist. It's rather than you running like a victim away from the flight. We asked you board the flight. I will tell you the appropriate time that you can get up and leave with a minimum of disruption. And you go out and you say, I'm not going today. It wasn't my day to fly. Not that I couldn't do it. It just wasn't my day. And I've never had a person who didn't fly the first day who failed to come back and fly the second time. Okay, so that's one thing in mind. But if you bought a ticket on the wanna get away fare, it's called, that means that you get credit for that ticket that's good for you and you only up to 1 year from the date of purchase. Okay, so you can still do that. And frankly, if you don't want to fly, you shouldn't be watching us here, because we're about getting people on the airplane and making them successful. The second level fare, now they have introduced in the last year or so, 6 months maybe, the Want to Get Away Plus. So they charge slightly more than the cheapest fare, but now should you not use that for any reason, not just because you didn't want to fly that day, but let's say you get a cold or something like that. Now that you can take the credit, you still get it for 1 year from the date of purchase. It's credit to you, and you can transfer it one time to somebody else with a Rapid Rewards account number. And that's simple. You can register online to do that. So if I go to fly and I've got a Want to Get Away Fare Plus ticket and I decide not to, and Dieter's got a flight coming up, and I say, hey, Dieter, I got this. I can just transfer those points, the credits to him, and Dieter can use that. Now, the fare, it's not the fare that you're transferring, it's the credit for what you paid for the fare. Okay, so that's it. And then they have the anytime fare that you purchase that, and if you cancel, you get your full refund for the ticket there. But basically you can buy at any of the two cheaper fares, and you're covered if you want to do that. And then you can come back and it will give you credit. You come back and fly with us the next time. All right. What else?
Yeah, I just wanna speak to if you cannot make it on the Friday live into the Air Hollywood studio, that's not a problem at all. If you sign up for the class and you're gonna fly with us on Saturday, and you rather watch the live stream on Friday night, that's absolutely possible. You just let us know, and then we'll send you a link, so you don't actually have to purchase the live stream as well. So
right.
Usually, like for example, if on October 28th you want to fly from Phoenix. From Phoenix, we don't have an Air Hollywood studio in Phoenix, so we actually will do it as a pre-flight webinar, and so everyone will actually attend on the webinar virtually, and then meet at the airport on Saturday. So if that's easier for you to work into your schedule, no big deal. Just go to the 301 website, purchase the tuition, and then just shoot us an email and tell us that you want to just attend the live stream on Friday, and then you meet us on Saturday in Burbank.
Who should come to the live? Who should watch the live stream? Anybody,
well,
really
to be
anybody
quite honest
that
with
wants
you, anybody.
Yeah, that wants to get the energy of that. And if you live in Phoenix, or you're going to fly with us in Phoenix, you should be at the September 9th and the October, whatever the first Saturday in October is, okay? Because those are the next two live free Clear for Takeoff 101 in-person classes out there. And we haven't been promoting it all that much, but the day after the Clear for Takeoff 101 class, in-person class in Phoenix, we also have an online webinar the next morning for people. And this is for people who are just getting started. Okay. But if you're going to fly with us, yeah. What is it?
October 7th.
October 7th. So September 9th, October 7th. If you live in Phoenix and you're thinking about flying, you definitely want to come to those classes, but because the whole class is on an airplane. Okay, so it's the same thing we end up doing at Air Hollywood, only it's a real live airplane. Okay, so make sure that you keep that in mind. Okay, what else, Peter?
Only that Jim Duke, I will send you a link to the live stream, so you can watch it from your cruise. Jim said, "Oh, I would love to come to Valencia and be there with you guys," but he's actually on a cruise at that time, so I said he can watch the live stream from a cruise.
We got so many people out there like Jim who just have a real warm spot in our heart. He sticks with us. He's there literally to support all of you. He's been flying for a long time, and if you're not a member of the Birds of a Feather, if you've not talked to Jim, you should do that. You should seek him out, because he can tell you what it's like. He got through this, and he's flying, oh my God, everywhere and always.
It's flying
So-
everywhere where there's a cruise on the other end.
Exactly, exactly. So, and that's what it's all about. It's about getting out of your chair and getting into the air, and you can do it. So anyway, all right.
Absolutely.
So that's all we have for tonight. We want to do that. We really want to get you out here. And if you're anywhere near LA or Phoenix on October 21st or 28th, we want to take you flying with us. It's a fun day. And what can I say? We just have people, so many people now over the last 36 years. 36, this is my annual anniversary. So now we're 36 year I've been doing this. And I just thank you all for your support and for your love and affection. And thanks again to Dieter and to Eric and Diane, who will be back next week for we'll do another crew version next week. So anyway, great to have all you. Thanks, Dieter. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching Fearless Flight Live once again.